Hi everyone, my name is Christina Yan, and today I will be giving a presentation on a lesson I'm going to do for a child named Kelly, who's in a second grade integrated co-teaching class. Her first language is Chinese, and she was in a bilingual class last year. Her IEP classification is speech or language impairment. Review of her academic files reveals weaknesses across all academic areas. One of her IEP goals are to be able to demonstrate improved reading comprehension by being able to identify the main idea and the details that support it within a level J text. So the second IEP goal for Kelly is to be able to speak in a complete sentence with improved syntax and grammar in the English language. Okay, so I'm going to begin my presentation, and I'm doing a lesson on finding the main idea and the details of a text. Currently, Kelly is reading at a level G. She is below grade level, and she is also classified as an English language learner. She has trouble with reading comprehension and speaking in clear sentences that are grammatically correct. So I chose to do a lesson today on reading comprehension because that's what I feel where Kelly needs the most work. So basically the goal of this lesson today is to teach her a strategy to identify the main idea of a text. Kelly does have some prior knowledge about main idea and details. She's able to use nouns, adjectives, and verbs to describe what she sees in a photograph. She's able to use that information to tell us what does it make her think. For instance, she would observe a photo and say things like, I see the sky is black, and this makes me think that it's nighttime. So we've been practicing a lot with animal photos because it goes along with our nonfiction animal study this month. We also talked about different types of nonfiction text features, such as bold words, headings, glossaries, photos, diagrams, etc. So she does have some prior knowledge about nonfiction text features. We have been doing a lot of lessons also on finding main ideas and finding the details. Although I've noticed Kelly does need a lot of support, visual support, to help her learn new vocabulary words. So before reading the text to her today, I will first introduce some new vocabulary words that might be tricky for her to understand. We will discuss the definition of the word, and there will also be a picture for visual support. Okay, so I'm going to begin my lesson now. So today we are going to discuss finding the main idea and details of a text. We've already talked about a main idea, which is what the story is mostly about. But today I'm going to teach you a new strategy to find the main idea and how to find the details in the story. So another way we can do this is by using something called the text features. So how to find the main idea. So another way is we can use text features to help us. And we've already discussed a few text features. So I would ask the class to recall a few of them, which are headings, we've talked about. We've talked about bold words, photographs, glossaries, captions, and things like that. So we can actually use all of these things to help us find the main idea in a text. Okay, and before I read to you the text today, I want to introduce two new vocabulary words that you'll see in the text. Okay, so there's two tricky words that you might not really understand, so I want to talk to you about them first before we begin. The first word is tusk. So take a look at that word for a minute and take a look at the pictures. Tusks are long, pointy teeth, and that's right here. That's a tusk, okay? And here's a sentence that matches. A sentence, an elephant uses its tusk for digging. So this part of the elephant's body is used to help them dig for things, okay? So when you hear the word tusk later, you know what it is now, right? Just look at this picture and just try to remember it's this long pointy teeth, okay? So that's one word you might see later. Okay, and the next word you might see, this word's kind of tricky too. This word is weigh, okay? Weigh means how heavy something is. Like this person right now is standing on a scale to weigh herself. She wants to see how heavy she is, okay? An elephant weighs more than a dog. So that just means that an elephant is heavier than a dog, okay? So let's take a look at the picture first and the title. It's called An Elephant's Excellent Trunk. And here's the picture, and this right here is the elephant's trunk. Okay, that's like their nose. Okay. Everything about an elephant is big. It has big ears, it has big eyes, and big tusks. Remember we said tusks? They're right here, this part, the elephant's teeth. It can weigh as much as a school bus. So if you look here, this is the word weigh, right? It's like how heavy it is. So an elephant actually is so heavy, it's almost as heavy as a school bus. An elephant also has a long trunk. This is the elephant's nose. It uses its trunk to breathe and to smell. It uses its trunk to find leaves and fruits to eat. An elephant can shower itself with its trunk. It sucks up water and sprays it back. A mother elephant uses her trunk to feed her baby. She can even hold her baby close with her trunk. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to look at it again and to think about it. So at this point, I would tell the children to do a turn and talk with their partner, and they can sit next to their partner and just share with somebody about what they think the main idea is and what details support their thinking. So I'll give them like a minute or two to do that, and then afterwards we'll come back together as a class and we can share what they think the main idea is. So at this point I would call on a student and ask them what they think, and then I would list on the board different ideas that they have. And then we would go through each main idea and see if they have supporting details that match. So for example, if a student said, well, I think the main idea is it's about the elephant's trunk. It's mostly about the elephant's trunk. So I would say something like, okay, well, what makes you think that? Like, which text feature helped you come to that conclusion? And I would try to help them understand that, like, oh, right here, an elephant's excellent trunk. This is the heading, the title. That's a big clue that it's about the trunk. And also the picture. In the photograph, there's a picture of an elephant's trunk, which is another big clue that tells you that that might be the main idea. And then if you keep looking, there's also a bold word in this text. And the bold word is trunk. So usually bold words we've learned are really important key words. So that is another clue that tells you that this might be all about the trunk. So thanks for watching.